Hey horror fans, welcome back to another episode of Terror Talk where I discuss creepy clips online. The original horror music that you hear in these videos is composed by me. I am also a huge horror movie fan, so if you'd like my top 5 horror movie recommendations and frequent horror movie reviews sent straight to your email, check the pinned comment below after watching. I also have another free gift that will inspire that creepy side of your imagination. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
I was using Craigslist to find a condo or room in a house to live in for a few months. Most normal apartments only have 1-year leasing terms, but Craigslist was full of private owners renting out their places or rooms. Usually they were cheaper, and the owners were more willing to negotiate on the length of the lease. I had about a month to search, and I found and viewed a few places, but
Have you ever gone onto Craigslist looking for a place to live? Personally, I never have, and I never would, because I just feel like there are so many sketchy, shady things on Craigslist to begin with, and I don't know, I feel like you could easily get scammed in some weird kind of thing on Craigslist, especially when it comes to living situations. So, let me know in the comments below if you have ever gone onto Craigslist looking for a place to live.
they all backed out last minute. Then I found another one, looking about the same as all the others. It was a room for rent in a home 20 minutes from me. The person listing it was a 22-year-old young guy. After reaching out, we texted back and forth for a few days before booking a time for me to view the room. When I drove out there and got to the street his address was on, I definitely felt a little less excited. The houses looked like they were barely standing, or just not taken care of at all. Lots of yards were overgrown, and even had junk in their front lawns. I guess this is what you get when you can't afford anything better, though.
Yeah, right? I mean, it is true what they say. You get what you pay for, and I don't know, you can't really expect a whole lot of good stuff from Craigslist, honestly. Maybe my opinion of it is just so jaded that it's not even a fair opinion, but I guess it's just my opinion, though. But yeah, I would be super bummed out just kind of driving along this road and realizing, man, this is a really crap area.
I hoped maybe the one I was viewing would be a little more taken care of, but when I parked in the driveway of the home, it looked like all the rest. I still figured I'd give it a shot while I was here, so I got out and pressed the doorbell. It didn't work, so I knocked. Immediately, heavy footsteps came up to the other side of the door. There was a really uncomfortable pause, like maybe a whole 15 seconds. Then he opened it just a crack. I could only see half of his face as he asked me my name. I nervously smiled and answered. Then he opened it all the way and welcomed me inside. He was tall and somewhat thin, with shoulder-length hair and some tattoos showing on his neck. But it was obvious that he was not in his 20s. He was at least mid-30s, maybe even older. I was already standing inside the house at this point, though, and he was leading me through the hallway. The man was actually moving really fast, like he was trying to show me everything in a hurry and talking non-stop, which made it hard for me to think too long about anything or realize how odd the situation was. The kitchen was very old and beat up. Some of the cabinets were partially open and loosely hanging on their hinges. He only spent a few seconds in there before moving into the next hallway that had 2 doors in it. He went up to the first and turned to face me. "This one will be your room," he said, opening the door and gesturing to me to have a look. This was when I finally had a moment to catch my breath and think about this. I figured it was probably best just to continue through with the tour, since I was already in the home, and then obviously never come back. But as I stood there, Having only hesitated for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, though, the man suddenly got angry. Like his face and whole demeanor instantly changed. He didn't say another word, but started walking toward me. I quickly backed away, to which he matched my pace and started moving quicker in my direction. I turned and sprinted down the hallway. As I left the house, I heard him stop at the front door and slam it shut behind me. I felt so stupid for having even entered the home, after already realizing that things were not adding up. I know technically nothing happened, but everything was pointing to an awful outcome. After that, I was too terrified to even try Craigslist again.
Yeah, after an encounter like that, I would be terrified to try Craigslist again, especially for finding a place to live. And his reaction was definitely alarming, getting that upset and that angry that easily. And nothing really escalated that much, but it's good he got out of there when he could, because honestly, it could have gotten a lot worse, or it could have gone a lot worse than it had. So, if I had pulled up to a house in that type of situation, and it was just completely run down and just not looking that great, and it was in a crap neighborhood, I think I would have gotten out of there right away. What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. Would you have gone out right away? Or would you have gone inside just to be nice and take a look? Because in this crazy world, you never really know what people's intentions are, especially strangers like that. And don't be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings if you feel like you're not in a great situation. Just get out of there. But I thought this was a creepy story, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.